So I see a lot of people my age. I'm 15. I see a lot of 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, right? And a lot of them are just not very mature. They're all into this brain rot bullshit, like skippity toilet, like all of that stuff that I don't even want to mess with, that I don't understand. Who do you think the more successful people, more respected people respect more? The little 14-year-old gamer kid who listens and watches skippity toilet videos all day and ultimate Sigma, Alpha, Top G stuff, or a kid who is mature, kind, wise, a gentleman? Who would a successful person respect more? Who would they see more potential in? If you have any sort of brain, if your brain isn't rotted from brain rot, you would obviously know that the answer is a kid who's more respected, more respectful, more kind, more honest, more loyal. I used to be that kind of kid. I used to be that kind of brain rot little chubby kid, right? Who just played video games all day, watched random bullshit content, scrolled YouTube shorts for like literally hours and hours a day, right? And now, let me pull up some photos. Now I'm more of this kid who is more respectful to others, who can have actually deep conversations and real, engaging, loving conversations with people. I can talk to them, I can ask them about their life, I can get to know them, and they can get to know me. Like, so many people don't even know how to do this anymore, especially in my generation. I might be calling people out, but that's kind of the point. Many people don't know how to have proper conversations anymore. Many kids, many guys I know don't know how to dress anymore. They just wear baggy hoodies, baggy random shorts all the time. And sure, like if you're going to the gym, right? Like I'm about to go to the gym in a few minutes. I'm not gonna wear like a suit or anything. I'm just gonna wear a shirt and some random shorts. But just to wear that all day, every day, not even try to look presentable, not even try to do your hair, not even try to look somewhat good, somewhat masculine, and not like a little femboy, right? If you don't even try to look better, then who are you trying to get the respect of? Other teenage guys who are also brain rotted? Let me pull up some photos right quick. So I just wanted to show you, right? How old, or if you never knew my age, right? How old do you think this person would be? See if you can focus. There. Oh, focus up. Come on, mate. Whatever. There. Many people would say, oh, he's probably like 18, 19, 20, late, early 20s. But I look old. Sure, that could be genetics. I'm not going to say, no, it's not just genetics. But it's not just genetics. I worked hard for this frame. Sure, I'm like 5'4", but sure, I still worked hard for the frame I have. I worked hard to get that style. I worked hard to find the perfect haircut that suits my face, right? To get that jawline, to get those prominent, good cheekbones, that like the good like eyebrows and stuff. Like I worked hard for a year for the body, for the aesthetic, if you will, of an older guy. But why? Why do this? Why try to not be some random brain rot kid? Why not just live your life? Why not just not be mature? Because this is the time of life that you don't need to be mature, right? Because you can just do whatever you want as a teenager. That's what this current generation thinks. That's what my generation thinks. This current day and age. They don't have any consideration for their future. Many people don't have consideration for their future, but I do. So why not try to become a man now instead of being a boy when I'm 30? Why not try to start learning about business and stuff so I can be a good entrepreneur in my 30s instead of working some random corporate job or working a job I hate? Why not learn how to style and learn how to present myself, learn how to have conversations, keep them going good, how to start meaningful conversations, and they get to know people for who they really are. Why not try to learn that now at this early age instead of having trouble later when I'm like 30 and 40? Why act young? Why? When a lot of other people who start acting older, more mature when they're young, mostly have more success. There's this person I know, this super wise guy, right? He's almost 50. He's so incredibly wise. It's insane how wise he is. That's insane how much knowledge I gained from him, right? He told me that I'm kind of similar to what he used to be like. He never played video games, I never played video games. We have similar interests. He acted older for his age. And I'm doing that too. And mind you, he's crazy successful. When you're young, you have so much more time, energy, and potential to be great. To start laying down the layers of brick for your eventual mansion, your eventual castle, your eventual kingdom. This is when you can start laying down the bricks for greatness now, when we're young, because we don't have as many responsibilities as we're getting older. As we're getting older, reality starts to kick in. We start to realize that, oh, we're going to start driving soon. You can take lives in driving. People can crash into you. You can die. You got to pay off the car insurance. You got to pay the car maintenance, the oil change. You got to pay for gas. You got to actually pay for meal. You got to find somewhere to work. You got to find a job to pay your bills. You got to do so many more things as an adult that we are not prepared for in school, that we're not prepared for as young teenagers. We just think that stuff randomly happens to us. And I'm not saying that I don't think this too, because I definitely do. It's just something that we all need to work on as young teenagers, to realize that stuff is going to start changing soon. We're going to have to pay for our own things. Soon we're going to have to get jobs. Soon we're going to be adults. We always think that, oh, it's not permanent. It's going to take a while. I'm 15. I'm turning 16 in like 6 months. And by that point, I only have 2 years until I'm an official adult. And that fact scares me. Because by 18, I want to do so many great things, and I just want to be an adult. I want to be a man. And I get scared because I feel like I'm not there yet. But then I look around and see all the other 15-year-olds, and what do they do? Just play video games, or they just mess around with their friends. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying, but you should also be laying down the bricks for your kingdom. Laying down the social skills, building up the physique, building up the discipline and willpower to resist the bad habits, to implement the good habits, to get better at social skills with people, to understand people better, to be a good learner, learn while young, and teach while old. So all this to say, be older, be more mature. But how do you actually do that? How do you actually become more mature? How do you actually become more wise? How do you actually do this? From experience, this is how I did it. The number one thing that really did help me to start to become more mature is watching older guys, like listening to advice from older guys. So there's this guy named First Man, at like the 1STMAN. He has a really good video about this, like act 40 when you're 20. So I'm just relating this to my like teenager to act like a 30 or 20-year-old. There's this other guy named Hamza, Hamza. There's obviously a lot of people know this guy, Andrew Tate. I don't really listen to him that much, honestly, but he could help some people. But Iman Gaji, he's also really good for this. Teaching Men's Fashion, I used to listen to a lot. But listen to many people, many men, about how to act older. Listen to older content. There's this entrepreneur, Brian Tracy, that my dad always used to listen to. Now I listen to. I don't know any 15-year-old who even knows who Brian Tracy is. So when you start to consume content made for older audiences, and like obviously not like the way you're thinking, like prawn or adult content, adult movies. Like I'm talking about more mature content, more educational content. When you start to consume that kind of content, you start to be what you are. What you are is what you consume. So if you consume educational, high quality, mature content, you're going to become more mature. You're going to start idolizing, or you're going to start implementing those teachings. You're going to start realizing that there's so much more to life than just playing a video game all day. And when you start doing that, when you start implementing the social skill advice, when you start implementing the style, when you start implementing acting older, being more disciplined, having more willpower, when you start to implement all of these things, you start to become older, you start to act older, you start to look older yourself. When you get a better haircut that suits your face, that you look good, when you start to build up that frame, build up that body, that always helps. With everything, with getting older, with looking more mature and acting older. Because when you act older while young, it prepares you for when you are older. So yeah, if this video helped in any way, like, subscribe, do the hard work, and I'll see you later. And as always, Elias, see.